Welcome back to my road to completion guide for Elden Ring. This is episode 3. Follow me around the corner and grab the golden seed. Jump to the building, climb the ladder, and light the flame to gain access to a boss arena. We'll come back to defeat the boss later. Follow the path out of the area and speak with the NPC inside the shack on the hill. Make sure to listen to the request, then exhaust his dialogue.
A pleasure to see. I am Gowry. I'd hoped to ask a strapping young... Don't fret. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret. Then you are willing to lend... I need your help to... Her name is Millicent, resting at the church atop... The rotting sickness that afflicts Millicent. When the Erd tree flourished, but Millicent's suffering. For this, you are to seek the deep scarlet swamp, the needle made from unalloyed gold. First, you must find the unalloyed. It's hidden somewhere in the deep. Then I will tell you as per the secret of the town. First, you must... It's hidden. Then I will tell you the secret.
Follow the path until you see a merchant on the left. Then you want to take the next left and grab the golden seed. Rest at the Impassable Greatbridge and do not go back to the Round Table hold. If you accidentally go back to the Round Table hold, it's not going to kill your run. In fact, you're going to end up popping the trophy early, but it's more optimal to save this step till later in the guide. Ride to the cathedral on top of the hill and activate the Side of Grace. You're probably going to be chased by enemies, but as long as you rest, it'll get rid of them. No matter what happens, just make sure that you activate the Side of Grace. This way, if you die, you can just recover your runes. Fast travel back to the Third Church of Marika. Go behind the church so we can warp to another location. Now activate the Bestial Sanctum Side of Grace. Speak with the NPC and give him the Deathroot we picked up in episode 1. In return, he'll give us the Clawmark seal, which we can use to cast dragon incantations.
I smell it. Death feeding me. Tarnished. I shall grant thee. Feed me.
Leave this area and follow the path to the next golden seed. Activate the Side of Grace by the bridge. Skip both bosses and activate the Fort Faroth Side of Grace. Replace the Glintstone Staff with the Estoc. Rest and select Ashes of War from the menu. Apply Bloody Slash to the Estoc. Kill the dragon to get a ton of runes. We can maximize the amount of runes we get by using our Gold-Pickled Fowl Foot just before the dragon dies. Since we have Bloody Slash on our weapon, we'll be able to proc bleed damage, which will reduce the time it takes to kill the dragon. It's also possible to farm this dragon for an infinite amount of runes. The way this trick works is that you kill the dragon, and as soon as it hits its death animation, you rush back to the side of grace and rest. If you do this quick enough, you'll get the runes for killing the dragon, but the dragon won't actually die, and you can keep repeating this process for an unlimited amount of runes. I don't have any footage of me performing this trick, but I can tell you that I personally tested this on the previous patch and it does work, the 1.06 patch. I have no idea if it works on the newest patch, but again, I'll leave some links down below. You guys can do some research, but I highly encourage you to use this trick, especially if you're a beginner. I will also leave a list of all the stats that you should level up if you decide to farm runes here. The only thing I want to make you guys aware of is if you decide to farm runes here, you have to be very careful because you only get one shot at performing this trick. So if you can't make it back to the side of grace quick enough and the dragon actually dies, you won't be able to farm anymore. This is where safety saves are going to really pay off. After you kill the dragon each time when you collect the runes, set up a safety save. This way, if you accidentally kill the dragon, you can load up your safety save and the dragon will still be in the game world and you can continue to farm. Also, make sure that you only use one Gold-Pickled Fowl Foot the very first time you kill the dragon, okay? If you sit here and you kill this dragon 10 times, you only want to use one Gold-Pickled Fowl Foot. We need the other ones for later in the guide. No matter how many times you kill the dragon, you just want to make sure that you at least have mind to 18 and intelligence to 35. Of course, if you sat here and you farm the dragon, you can of course push those stats past 18 and 35 based on the recommendations I have below for you in my pinned comment. Memorize Magic Glintblade and Rock Sling. Switch out the Blood Estoc for the Meteorite Staff. Go into Fort Faroth and grab the other Dectus medallion from the chest. Be quick to avoid the bats and their poisonous attacks. The next part is tricky, so pay attention. You want to crouch to avoid being detected by the hidden enemies. You want to summon our wolves in the same spot that I do. After that, drop down the hole, kill the rat, and grab the level 12 golden rune. This golden rune is not tied to any trophies, but it really helps to boost our runes later in the run. So if you find it difficult to pick up, just skip it. Now we have to jump over the gap, drop down the hole behind the large rat, and get the talisman. This talisman gives us credit toward another trophy. The problem is we're going to be chased by a ton of rats, so quit and continue to reset the world state. Now that we have all the enemies back in their original positions, we can fast travel back to Fort Faroth's side of grace. Equip the Beast Champion gauntlets and the talisman we just picked up. We can pick up another sacred tier in the nearby church. Just make sure to jump off the cliff near the spirit spring to avoid dying. Activate the Side of Grace. Charge our flask twice, replenish them once, and allocate 1 charge to the red flask and 8 to the blue. Now let's fast travel back to Fort Faroth. Use the nearby spirit spring to get a level 7 smithing stone, 1 stoneward key, and a level 8 smithing stone. Smithing stones will come in handy much later in the run because we can use them to level up weapons and shields. Ride northwest to the large tower and grab the level 9 somber smithing stone off the ground. Follow me so we can get a level 8 somber smithing stone. The enemy will run away and eventually disappear, so we'll need to time our shots to defeat it. If it disappears, quit and continue and it should respawn. We can also kill it by forcing it off a nearby cliff. Follow the path until you see a dead tree by a cliff. Look to the left and you'll see more coffins that we can check for golden runes. Activate the Site of Grace in the abandoned cave. There's an item for killing the boss inside this cave called a Gold Scarab. This item gives us more runes each time we kill enemies, and it stacks with the Gold-Pickled Fowl Foot. However, this cave is very tricky, so this step of the guide is completely optional. If you can't get the Gold Scarab now, feel free to come back and pick it up later. In the meantime, I'll show you several places to farm additional runes to make up the difference for not having the Gold Scarab. This first part is all about timing. As soon as we stand up from the side of grace, sprint off the cliff, land on the small platform, and sprint again. As soon as we land in the water, turn around and face the camera, then tap the circle button to backstep in order to avoid Scarlott Rot. Scarlott Rot will continue to deal damage to our character unless we can heal, and currently we don't have an item in our inventory to do that. Run around the corner and kill the enemy by the tunnel. We can time our jump to avoid the geyser. We don't have a torch or lantern at this point in the run, but it's easy to navigate this cave. Simply keep your right shoulder against the right wall and move forward. Keep tapping your thumbstick to easily identify enemies using the lock-on feature. Then we can cast spells from a distance for safety. Now we have to avoid Scarlott Rot and enemies. The trick is to run to the other side of the cave, then immediately back to this tunnel. Make sure to avoid stepping into the Scarlott Rot and be quick. This will force the enemies with projectiles into the correct position, and we can land shots from the tunnel. It's possible to run past all the enemies and go directly to the boss, but there's a chance you're going to get poisoned or get Scarlott Rot along the way. If this happens, it's very hard to win the fight. The safe play is to stay in this tunnel, kill both magicians, then make your way to the boss arena. Make sure to replenish our magic before facing the boss. As soon as you step into the fog gate, freeze and spam rock sling until the first enemy dies. After that, we can block, summon, and spam Rock Sling to kill the second enemy. Just make sure to watch out for the water in the arena because it will give you Scarlott Rot, so do your best to stay in the middle. Now that we have the gold Scarab, fast travel back to the Cellular Crystal Tunnel. Level up intelligence to 36. If you skip the abandoned tunnel, you may not have the runes to level up, but don't worry about that. You'll still be able to complete every step of the guide until we get to the first rune farm. Run around the corner and kill the boss. We will use the exact same strategy as before. Run into the fog gate, freeze, spam Rock Sling to kill one enemy, then move away, regroup, summon, and then spam Rock Sling to kill the second enemy. Grab the staff from the chest in the back of the arena. It's not necessary to rest at this side of Grace because we have another one close by. Let's make our way through the swamp. Level up intelligence to 37 or at least as high as possible given your current rune count. Summon the NPC just inside the boss arena as well as our wolves. Our goal is to bombard the boss with Rock Sling while our summons pull aggro. Do your best to position yourself in such a way where the enemies in the area can't hit you with projectiles. Make sure to stay out of the swamp to avoid Scarlott Rot and try to hit the boss with all 3 rocks for the most damage. If you catch Scarlott Rot, simply heal through the damage with Red Flask. You can also rest at the side of Grace when the fight is over to get rid of the disease. You also need to be aware that there is an enemy that guards the boss arena. It basically circles it. So if you're nervous about that enemy getting into the fight, you can actually kill it first and then fight the boss, okay? So when you get up from the side of Grace, you want to go to the right of the boss arena, and that's where that roaming enemy will be. Fast travel to the Church of the Plague. Talk to the NPC in the shack to get Celia's secret. Exhaust the rest of his dialogue, then quit and continue to reset the world state. Follow my path to stay safe because it's very easy to die jumping down the cliff.
As promised, I go on. Now let me have a look at the needle. Well, this is a marvel in the work of a true artisan. Can you give me some time, as well made as it is? Can you give me some as well made as it is?
Talk to him again and he'll give you the unalloyed gold needle, then exhaust his dialogue.
The needle is repaired. Will you give it to the girl? I will reward you in kind. Millicent rests at the church, tended to by the a wretched fate. Do you find it peculiar that I would show such concern? Well, I'm the one that found a mere babe. She is one of mine, but the rotting sickness, I doubt that she remembers the first. Oh, I must be getting old. Now, all you need to do, she's convalescing in the Juso. Now, all you need, she's convalescing. Do so.
Fast travel back to the Church of the Plague. Give the NPC the unalloyed gold needle we just picked up, then exhaust her dialogue.
Who's there? Well, it matters not. My flesh writhes with Scarlott Rot. It is a curse. You ask that I stab myself with the needle to quell the scarlet, but how? Never mind. I would rather trust you than simply continue. Would you mind? Well,
now we can go back and speak with the NPC in the shack to study his sorceries. This will give us access to his shop so we can buy Night Maiden's Mist.
Thank you, kind, for giving the needle. Now, Shanster, you've been a saint as thanks of the lost sorcerers.
Fast travel back to Stormhill Shack. Follow the path and activate the next site of grace. Summon the sorcerer before going into the boss arena. Summon the wolves and keep your distance. Spam rock sling while the boss is distracted for an easy win.
smoldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell Omen shall brook thee no quarter.
Activate Stormveil's main gate, Side of Grace. Level up intelligence to 38. Once again, if you're short on runes, don't worry about it. You can always catch up later. Memorize Night Maiden's Mist and Rock Sling. Fast travel to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, and I'll see you in episode 4. Be good.